Good morning, everybody, and welcome back today. You know what? I've been thinking about something else here, and humor me here. Now, not every single day in retirement, as we all find, is vast and exciting and wild and entertaining and all of those things. We always wish they would. We have this vision in our minds about this sort of romantic thoughts of all of these great things that we're going to see and do and travel and witness and experience. But in reality, as you see, my day-to-day in retirement really consists of a little bit of side hustle activity. I go for a walk, I grab a coffee. Most of it's pretty routine, but like I said, I do keep very, very busy, so it's never boring, but it's pretty routine. It's pretty, what I'd say, mundane. But one thing that I do like about retirement specifically is something that often there's less opportunities. You know, when you're working and the sun's shining, which today, well, it's not. I mean, what can we say? It's a little cloudy. It looks like it's starting to rain. You almost have to travel for weather here today, but which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm heading on down to Calgary because there's a great little invitation or event, but I really want to drill into the idea that what ends up happening is you get in your day-to-day, even in retirement, and it's pretty mundane, but when you have a full-time gig, it's the same thing, and everybody works their 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, or whatever that looks like. Hustle, bustle, and then Saturdays usually clean up the house, pick up the parts and the pieces, run a few errands, and Sunday it's get ready and almost get your mindset back in for Monday again. So you don't really, even 2 days off a week rarely is all that interesting. Unless you plan your scheduled vacation. But that's the thing. Sometimes you're going to work, and I've said this before, there's absolutely nothing worse when the sun is shining and I'm heading into the office and I realize, now I've got to sit for 9 or 10 hours in front of this computer screen, kind of glaze over my eyes and just bang away and punch in a bunch of ones and zeros. And that's quite frustrating for me. And I think a lot of you probably feel very much the same, that we feel very much like a robot in that scenario. And this is the routine, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the week goes on. And the worst part is when the weather's shining and the sun's shining and the weather's nice, you can't enjoy the best things. Oh, this is kind of greasy down here. I don't know what's going on there. You can't often enjoy when the weather's nice. That's the best time to be out and about. Everybody wants to be when the sun's shining. It's like, the flowers open up and everything's nice. Like everybody enjoys nice weather. So I'm one of those people, and clearly probably a lot of you are, love to get out and do interesting things when the weather's good. But the problem is you're usually working, and that's the catch. And so that's what I kind of want to drill in about in retirement. What that offers are those events. Now, I'm not going to fool anybody and say every day is full of events. Absolutely not. Like, we've talked about this over and over again about most days, how they're pretty average and pretty routine of their own. And you got to look for things to do to make it interesting. But today's a new day. And what I do love having in retirement are those opportunities to get up and do something new, something fresh. I love golfing. Anybody who knows me knows I love to golf. And the beauty is, when you're retired, you can golf on a Tuesday morning and the golf course is quiet. You don't have all of the numbers and the volumes of people out there, typically like you would on a Saturday or Sunday. If you go golfing on Sunday morning, like I always did with my dad, the volumes are really busy. People, you're pushing, you get, you don't have a lot of time in between because you got the marshal behind you, push. And so golfing during the week is one of the best experiences. It's usually quieter, it's usually cheaper because the rates are lower because it's quieter. And so doing things like that are some of the best opportunities when you're retired. I mean, there's some of these events that are available. Sometimes you have a fair, or like in our case, for example, Klondike Days or the Calgary Stampede comes through town and they'll do this pancake breakfast and these celebrations and these parades. It's nice to hustle on downtown and participate in some of these one-off experiences that often aren't available, and you're stuck at work and you can't experience half of what maybe your city, province, state has to offer. And it's just, you know what's going on, but you're in your office and you're grinding away, banging on the keyboard, and that's kind of frustrating. But today I've been given an opportunity. I got a call from a friend, and there's a bunch of people that were all invited, some buyers, some sellers, some customers, certainly a lot of people that were related to fundraising, like there's charitable fundraisers, and just people that just know because maybe you're in the industry, or people are just aware of you, or friends. It was almost like a friends and family closed experience that we're invited to. So we're heading on down to Calgary, and I want to give you a quick tidbit of what that day is like here at the end of this video. And here we're down at the runway, the airport here in Calgary, YYC, and actually we're getting an opportunity. And let's head right on in here and check this out and get signed up.
How's your driving position?
A little far back.
So
Steering wheel, can we drop that a bit too?
Yeah. So if you want to do the side of your seat to push this to get it moving forward, there you go. Came down just for this.
Yeah, you know what? Why not? Sun's shining. I get a day off, so
There you go.
yeah.
Take advantage of them while you can.
100%, you bet.
So you can cut in on it hard. You can see the release out the other side, and it gives you more speed to hit this corner with. Accelerate through, keep going, keep pushing, push, keep going. Keep pushing. Always look for the cones that are pointing in. Hard on the brake, there you go. And turn it on it.
Well, that was an absolutely amazing day, and I can't believe it. Obviously, the weather's still a little mushy here now. Later in the day here in Edmonton, we actually had to encounter a little bit of a detour on the highway because of a bad crash coming back from Calgary, and that was just a great experience. We saw that cool jet. We saw some amazing cars and some very cool people, and I want to thank everybody over there. You know, Finley, Sean, and the rest of the crew over there at the dealership of Ferrari in Alberta. Absolutely amazing. Appreciated all of it. But I just couldn't believe it was a dream come true to drive a brand new Ferrari. I mean, I don't have one, but who knows, maybe one day, hey, maybe I win the lottery. I don't know. Currently, it's just a dream, but it was a dream come true. I love those cars, anything exotic. Anybody who knows me in my younger years knows that that's one of my biggest passions, and that's what I'm talking about here. Able to indulge in on that. See, if I was working at the office, I probably couldn't have gotten that day off, and even if I could have, probably be under the radar. You know, some people call in sick, and some people take a vacation day, but it's much more difficult, especially on short notice, to get those types of opportunities. I mean, a lot of people just end up just skipping out on it. They get an invite, maybe even to go golfing, or maybe to go out on one of these events, but they just can't because they're busy working. Now, this isn't a justification to retire right now to give you all these exposures, not at all. But again, it does have to come down to finances. You have to be ready for it. But I'm just saying, these are some of those key things and events and elements of being retired that just seem so beneficial and add so much life and zest that, like, this is literally what I've been waiting for pretty much my entire life, was to spend it doing things that I enjoy doing, not having to make excuses to the boss, and actually just enjoying it every single day. So it was a wonderful experience. I drove one of the most interesting, coolest cars on the planet today. It was very, very wild, very intense. But hey, who knows, whatever. All I'm saying is the key is whether it's, you know, getting away for an invitation to a special event, or even just, you know, going golfing, or maybe a good friend just calls you up, but, you know, maybe he's in town for the week because he's visiting from out of town. I've had those scenarios too, where, you know, friends pop in from out of town and they say, hey, I got to leave Thursday night. My flight's taken off. Are you able to meet up for a coffee? And then I'm able to, well, unfortunately, I've had situations where I've said, hey, sorry, man, can't do it. I'm at work. You know, there's a million reasons and justifications, but I'm just saying, this is just one of those added little cherries on the top of the cake here, just to say, yeah, you know what, another amazing reason for being retired is you have that flexibility to jump ad hoc at different things, events, and enjoy the week, really. When most people are grinding at work, it's just such a great experience. A lot of times you can just, grab the bull by the horns and take life like it's yours and you own it. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are the things that you like to do? If you're retired, any special events, anything that really pops up for you? Or maybe it's not special events. Maybe it's just something that is just easier to do during the weekdays, because that's really what it is. It's not about, all about this flash and dash. A lot of times it's just being able to do it. Like even running errands, very difficult to do some of those things during the weekend. And if you're working all the time, it's kind of hard. It's always a hustle bustle, racing off to the bank at lunch, missing your lunch. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Any of those particular events or anything else that stands out for you? I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, hope to see each and every one of you real soon. Bye-bye.